Welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We will be doing an unboxing haul kind of a video. Courtesy of my man Jim, so thanks so much, Jim. Really appreciate it, obviously. Jim's a friend of mine going way back to high school. He is currently living in Wisconsin. He's going to be moving to California. Anyway, home for the holidays. We got together in real life yesterday and hung out. And I had some beer for him. He had some beer for me. I gave him some money for some other beer. So I will not be showing the 2 cases of New Glarus fruit beers he got me. But they're right over there sitting, 2 cases of a mix of their fruit beers. So very excited for that, obviously. With him moving from Wisconsin, we had to, stock up. So very, very, very excited for that. Next to me, off camera, also, is a box of beers I will be pulling out and looking at and talking about. I've seen the top of them at this point. I had taken a non-beer thing out of there and then put a beer I bought yesterday, which I'll talk about first. So he and I met at Beer Tree in Port Crane, New York. I've reviewed a decent number of Beer Tree's beers. Their Pineapple Creamsicle IPA, it's like a vegan milkshake IPA, is one of my favorite beers, period. And I've talked about that a lot on this channel, so it's that brewery. This is, other than having this in a flight yesterday, I've never had, and I know this might be the only one that they've done so far, a barrel-aged beer from them. Again, I did have it as part of a flight. I liked it enough that I did buy a bottle. There was a 1-bottle limit. It's called Morning Timber. Get it? There's your dirty comment of the day. Bourbon barrel-aged with chocolate, vanilla, coffee, and maple. 14% ABV. I've had the regular Morning Timber. It's a very nice coffee style with these other adjuncts, if you will. If I remember correctly, the description at the brewery, like on their list of beers you could get, this is saying chocolate, but I think it's technically cacao nibs. Vanilla was, I believe, I should have relooked, Madagascar vanilla beans. Coffee, I forget what kind of coffee, and then maple syrup, like legit maple syrup, which I'm a huge snob about. So, and then the barrels, this is what I thought was interesting. Relatively local, like a New York distillery, Black Button, they're out of Rochester, New York. And I've had their Irish cream, like their take on Bailey's, which is very good. And then I've gotten their gin, and one of the botanicals they put in is Cascade hops. I think it's Cascade. That's very good. And then randomly, a week ago, I was able to do their whole lineup at a Taste New York event I was at. Free event, vendors were there, then you could buy stuff, and yeah, they had their whole lineup, and very good distillery. So they used their bourbon barrels, and they also used Heaven Hill bourbon barrels, and then they blended them together. So it actually has like a very big name and then a relatively local one. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I did like this beer a lot. I thought the adjuncts came across well. But I'll save the actual review for when I do review this. All right, so because I mentioned the New Glarus cases, I'll do the ones that have New Glarus tops just to see what they are. Spotted Cow Grand Cru. Oh, cool. I've had regular Spotted Cow. I don't remember if I reviewed it or not, but I have not had a Grand Cru version, which is like using premier ingredients. A few times a year what does it say? Oh, cut Dan loose. Yeah, I read this part. That's like these special beers that they do. This Boss Cow rules with 8.5% ABV and an original gravity of 18 degrees Plato. Fine Wisconsin malt, step out with the hand-chosen. It's just the size of the type, and then oddly the black on the reddish color is just a little hard to read. Willamette and Yakima Valley hops joined up with the French and German varieties. Fresh coriander and sweet orange peel kick up Dan's Special Farmhouse Ale. Bottle fermented and hazy as an early meadow morning. Expect Spotted Cow Grand Cru to be an assertively quaffable imperial edition of Wisconsin's favorite local brew. Cool. There's 2 more. Cooler. I don't know is that the name of the style? Dive into Master Brewer Dan's Lively Cooler. Oh, I get it. The spontaneously brewed refresher is reminiscent of summer citrus tea. Coolship method achieves a complex depth of flavor in the Belgian lambic tradition. Brewed in 2017, this cooler rested 1.5 years in oak casks before capture in this bottle. Oh, very cool. 3-year-old noble hops encourage earthy woodland tones from our cave. Expect fresh citrus notes to splash brightly when poured. Toast to cool nights and sun dancing days. Sounds like a very refreshing ale. And, he sent me a picture of him drinking this. New Glarus Brewing Company, vintage 2017, 5% ABV. Naturally occurring spontaneous fermentation creates this American goose. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Coolship brewed and while cave aged. Dan's masterwork blend of 3 years brewing is sour, citrusy, horsey, and I don't know what that says. I just can't read the writing. Vintage? Overtly? I don't know what the last part, I just can't read the handwriting. Alright. I remember Jim drinking this and liking it. Very excited for that. Something different than what I typically review, so that's cool. Russian River! Oh yeah, Salvation Dark Ale. Yeah, I've not had this. I don't know if you can see on camera, I do have a bunch of Russian River beers over here. I do plan on doing, but I've been planning on doing them for a while, like just doing like one a day until I've done them all. This is 9.5% ABV. It's from 2016. It just says it's a dark ale. I don't remember anything else about it. It's a dark brown in color with notes of fruit and spice in both the aroma and flavor. Salvation is re-fermented in this bottle to create a fine carbonation spent. Yeast cells form a thin layer of sediment in the bottom of the bottle, adding more complexity and flavor. Pour slowly, allowing the natural sediment to remain in the bottle. Always up for trying new beers, obviously. Hipster Brunch, very cool. Brad Allison had sent me one. Nice. And I haven't cracked that one open yet either. Always good to have more than one of those delicious beers. Heck yeah. Surly Noken. I don't know this one by name. Dry hop, Scandinavian style farmhouse ale aged on birchwood with honey added 9.3%. Dry, floral, and citrusy. I can groove on that. I'm going to run out of space. Another can. I think I know what can this is. I think this is the vanilla coffee stout I was talking about. Yeah. Half Acre Big Hugs. Imperial Coffee Stout with vanilla. He said too much vanilla for him. And then the joke right now with Sean from Nerd Sense is no beer has enough vanilla for me. So we will see if this overly vanilla beer delivers for me. It's 10% ABV. And very excited. I think... Okay, so Sean just sent me a Half Acre coffee, like collab beer, or a coffee, that was in that unboxing video from Nerd Sense. And I think I don't know if it's the vanilla version of this, but I think it's this coffee stout. It's like those coffee beans brewed into a coffee. And I think was that barrel aged too, the coffee beans maybe? But it has no alcohol, and I know that. It's just coffee. New Glarus's Dragon's Milk Reserve. Oh, cool. I have not seen this one in my area. Reserve Maple Oak. Bourbon and maple syrup barrel aged stout. 11%. As I was saying before, I'm kind of a maple syrup snob, so very excited about that. I don't remember on camera how far back or how far up here these go, whatever. And the last one. Oh, cool. I like this beer. Thank you for another one. Lakefront Brewery Barrel Aged, their Pumpkin Imperial Ale. Ale brewed with pumpkin and spices with vanilla added and aged in brandy barrels. I drank one this year. I think I reviewed it, right? I think I did. Definitely drank one because it was sitting right here. It's not there anymore. But I don't remember if I reviewed it or not. I think I did. But yeah, awesome beer. Really excited. And this is from 2019, so it's this year's 13.4% ABV. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and Untappd. Snow Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share delicious beer. Cheers, everyone.